Ciao, I'm Liz, and welcome to SimpleItalianCooking.com. Today we're going to be doing a wonderful recipe, and it's actually a recipe that you've probably made before in a way. It's basically taking your generic mashed potatoes and changing it up into Italian mashed potatoes by adding two basic ingredients. You're going to add some minced garlic and some Italian grated cheese like Romano or Parmesan, and we're going to step you through it right now. We start off with, I have 6 medium-sized potatoes, and I am using red potatoes, but you can use any kind that you have. I just happen to have these on hand. And I already peeled them, and I'm going to bring my water to a boil, get it up. And I'm going to go ahead and chop these up into quarters, but I want to make sure, no matter what size, I want to make sure that I cut them all the same size, so that way they all cook at the same rate. I'm going to go ahead and chop these, and I'm going to add them to the water. I've just added the potatoes to the water, which is just about at a boil, and I'm going to let these cook. This will probably take about 15 minutes. You want to check yours periodically. Depending on what kind of potato you use, they might cook at a different rate. And once you take a fork and it goes into the potato and it's very tender and soft, then you know it's time to take the potatoes out and drain them. Alright, but we'll get to that point when we get there. Be back in a few minutes. My potatoes are drained and I have them in my bowl. I have a nice big bowl because today I'm going to use a regular mixer, electric mixer, to mix it together. I want a smoother texture, but you know, you can use a hand masher as well, like a potato masher, and that would work fine as well. Today I just feel like using this. We start off, we have 2 garlic cloves, and I'm going to mince them using a garlic press. And we go ahead and add these in. And you'll see we have about a third of a cup of milk, and some recipes call for olive oil. I'm not a big fan of the flavor of the olive oil with the potatoes in this particular dish, but you know, you can always experiment and see what works for you. But today we're keeping it simple, so we're going to go ahead and add in our milk. And keep in mind, if you find it's a little dry, just go ahead and add some more. That's not a problem. I have 2 tablespoons of butter. Add that in. And we have, this is about a third to a half a cup of Romano cheese. Now you can use any type of grated Italian cheese. If you have Parmesan, that's fine. But the Romano does have a little bit more of a salty flavor. So if you use the Parmesan, you may find yourself needing to add a little bit of salt. So we'll go ahead and move these out of the way, and we'll mix our potatoes. I want to take a moment and mention a mistake that I just did that you can now avoid, and that is when you're using a mixer with the potatoes, mash the potatoes first with the mixer. Otherwise, as you can see, you'll have potatoes flying all over the place. So just go ahead and give it a good mashing, and then you can start using the mixer. The potato taste is really good. It's good to do a taste test when you're doing it, so if you need to add more cheese, you can do so. Keep in mind when you're using a utensil and you're taste testing it, if you're serving other people, don't use that same utensil back in the recipe of what you're making. Just set it aside and get another utensil. So we're going to go ahead and serve this up in a nice bowl, nice serving size bowl. And this is just such a great recipe because you just take regular mashed potatoes, and by adding 2 simple ingredients, minced garlic and some Romano Italian grated cheese, and you have yourself amazing mashed potatoes. Well, if you want to use this recipe, print it out at my website at www.simpleitaliancooking.com. While you're there, if you have not already, sign up for my newsletter where I'll send you even more recipes and tips on a weekly basis. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Molto grazie e ciao.